Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The boys are just coming into the change rooms now. There's a little bit of a delay, just 2 or 3 minutes. We are due to kick off very shortly. Thanks for tuning in. Another big day for the boys. Let's go. Shout out to everyone tuning in all over the world, in the clubhouse back in Bahrain, and on every continent on the planet, I'm sure, especially with the amount of South Africans we've got in the team at the moment. So thank you all for joining us, lads and ladies. Just a reminder, as you may have seen on social media, our starting lineup for today: South African, English, South African. So South African sandwich with Mackenzie Oliver. Tian Jacobs makes his first start. Another South African makes his first start for the first team after giving up cricket and taking on a real sport. And we've got Henk. Lindsay Gibson makes another crucial cover for the other Scotsman, Rory Drummond, in the back row, playing 8 today. Charlie Farmer, the absolute Dynamo 7. He'll be hunting down some turnovers and offloads today. And our back line, as we're so used to seeing now, Romeo XD and Josh Drain, an absolute incredible half-back partnership so far. They've been doing bits for us, and I'm sure we'll see some incredible plays today. Di Evans captains the side, and Jack Phillips welcome back into the team today after missing exiles due to a wedding, but it's good to have him back. And then we've got Greg Keith, absolute stalwart, Logan Murphy, the Kiwi Dynamo as well, and Josh Petro making I believe it's his first start since joining us, but great to have him on the wing today. That's our starting lineup, and we're just a few minutes from kickoff. The lads are in the changing rooms getting hyped up, and we'll be right back just a few minutes. And the boys are getting onto the pitch now. They are stampeding past me in the commentary booth as we speak. Looking forward to this one. You can see Doha warming up, getting ready for the game. Great for them to be hosting again. Obviously, had a couple of years away from the league. Great to have them back. They've been here for a couple of years now again. Just a fantastic club, fantastic side, fantastic setup they have here. Obviously, shout out to all of our juniors here today as well. They're here for a tournament, their 50th anniversary tournament. Lee Stone's here with me as well. Any words, Lee Stones, for the crowd?
Yeah, it was a really good day. I believe our under-6s won the final. I believe our under-8s won in their finals. I think our under-14s didn't go so well, and our Colts had 2 really good games, but again, both losses. But again, played really well. So once again, just want to say thank you very much for Doha having us here. Great atmosphere. I believe we had 250 people came from Bahrain today. So what an awesome day. So now we get to sit back and settle down and watch the big boys play the game. So yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much.
Fantastic words from Lee Stones. Absolute legend of the game, legend of the club. Clubman of the year several times. What a bloke. So here we go. Just a few minutes. Doha finishing their warm-up. And the lads getting ready to crush 80 minutes of good rugby. Great weather today. We're looking at about 29 degrees, but I can actually check that for you. I know you all love a weather update. And as you can see, I was dead on. It's 29 degrees here in Doha today. Slight breeze, probably right to left on the pitch if you're playing to the right. So just across the pitch into that top left corner as you're looking at it. So I'm sure Doha playing in this near side might look to pin us down in that corner early doors, but they can't do much of that without the ball. So let's see how these first few minutes pan out. Jason Vine joins me again today on the camera. I've had a few lovely messages from you guys already saying the camera is a bit better than it was before, so we have upgraded the camera. You'll be happy to hear. You can actually make out who is who now, what player, which pixel is which player, etc. So we've got a few more pixels, better camera, lovely lighting here today, lovely weather. So we're looking forward to a fantastic game. Obviously, shout out again. We mentioned in the fixture and team announcement, Tian making his first start for the first team, and what a transformation from cricketer to rugby player in a matter of 6 or 7 weeks, making his first start for the first team, and he's been absolutely dynamite. Big carrier, big ball carrier, big typical South African second row, which we can't get enough of here in Bahrain. We love it. Love the Saffers, up the Saffers. Not long now. Doha taking their sweet time to warm up. And here we are, Lindsay Gibson on your screen. The big man, forwards coach. And number 8 extraordinaire today. Filling the big boots of Rory Drummond in that back row. I'm sure we'll see plenty of him in the loose. Great leader, as well as a great coach. What a man to have on the pitch. We're also blessed with. We'll actually go through the bench for today. And we've got a special surprise for you, playing number 23 today. And that is not the right team, my apologies. Anyway, the surprise was number 23, legend of the game, Mr. Adam Wallace, sitting on the bench again. Director of rugby, head coach, what else does he call himself? Executive committee member, great bloke, if you ask him. And also still grinding it out in first team rugby. What can't he do? He's a man of many talents. They are dwindling, his talents, particularly his athletic talents, but he does have plenty of them, so. If we can just get a shot of Doha warming up here as well. As we can see, this is the slight delay. Obviously, we were delayed due to the juniors just running over slightly. So Doha just getting in their final bits of warm up before we kick off. I know you guys are chomping at the bit for this game to get started. Shout out to everyone in the Bahrain Rugby Football Club clubhouse. Thank you for tuning in. I know Graham Bishop part of the senior team setup, is getting the squad together. I hope he's sat there with a few mates, having a few beers. Incredible support, so thank you for supporting the stream, supporting the team. And Jace Vine, any words for the team? No words from Jace Vine. He's a silent but deadly. Strong silent type is what I'm looking for. There you go. That's better. Strong silent type, Jace Vine. Jace Vine on the camera today, of course, as mentioned before. Any issues, please direct your messages to him. But we have a slight flag in the way. We have asked that to be moved, but we are still waiting for that, as you can see on camera on the right-hand side of your screen. It might block a little bit of the action, but hopefully not too much down that touchline. And Doha really milking this warm-up. I'm not really sure what the story is here, whether it's mind games or they did literally just get rushed. The match officials are here now, so it looks like they'll be trying to get this show on the road as soon as possible. Kickoff was scheduled for 3:30. While we're all here as well, we didn't get a shot of it on the stream, but the lads warmed up in their blue Movember shirts today, obviously raising awareness for men's health, prostate cancer, mental health, things of this nature in Movember. Massive month of the club for fundraising, and the lads supported it. There you go, you can see Jack Parry sporting that beautiful blue shirt, proudly sponsored by BMI Shops and KWV Brandy. I'm sure there's a few brandies getting drank at the club today, so please, they are still available at the reception. We've got sizes small to 6XL while stock lasts, so please get yourself one of them to support the cause this month. All proceeds go towards the Movember Foundation. Ross Preedy having a word with the referee, trying to rush him along. Looks like it's all laughs, but perhaps a passive-aggressive tone. Now it is starting to look like mind games from Doha, the host side. But it looks like they are starting to reel it up now. They're just hitting the pads. That's usually the last one or two things to do before you go in. They've already got their match shirts on. They're good to go. Fired up. Should be a really good fixture today. Absolutely. Jace Vine, a few comments again about the camera. Jace Vine, the cameraman,
I love it.
saying he loves the new camera, his new toy. A few shout outs as well. Paul de Blanche tuning in. I'm sure he's either at work or he's on the sofa watching this live, so thanks for tuning in. Our fearless leader, general manager of the club. Big shout out to James Cook back in England watching the stream, or Leroy Gherkins as he is known as by some people. Absolutely fantastic to have him tuning in as well. Great support all over the world. You cannot beat it. This is the club we are part of and proud to be part of. It's amazing to see. Family, friends, supporters, sponsors tuning in from all over. We've just had an official update from Martin Prinsloo that the kickoff will be in approximately 5 minutes. We are just waiting to clear the pitch and then we'll get ready to rumble. I know I'm running out of stuff to talk about, so I'll mute it for a second, just grab a sip of water, and we'll be back in about 2 minutes. Please entertain yourselves, grab a beer, have a drink of water, or Guinness, or KWV brandy. Enjoy, and we'll be right back. Looks like they're doing their chants now. The 5 minutes was a bit of an exaggeration by the looks of it. Looks like we are just about to kick off, but now they are trying to search for a ball. And the touch judge, a lovely nudge, just short of the hooker there on the halfway line. There we go, now there's 2 balls. Lovely organisation. Okay, Doha to kick off, playing left to right then. The kick-off, it's the 3rd set piece of the game, they say. Scrum, line out, kick-off, very important. Let's see how they deal with the first one. And that is out on the full. Easy territory gain for Bahrain. Not what Doha wanted. They don't get to host many fixtures here at Doha Sports Park. And they'll be wanting to make the most of this in front of their home crowd. Quite a big crowd here today, as we mentioned. Big junior contingent here for their tournament, so plenty of support for both sides. First scrum of the game. A great test. Dylan, the loose head for the Bahrain side. Obviously a former Doha man himself, so he'll be looking to get one over on his previous club. And we've got Mackenzie Oliver, the young buck, scored a brace of tries on his debut earlier in the season against Doha. He'll be looking to do the same today. And the new and improved slimline Nick Young, another South African, playing tight head. Massive game for them. Really good minutes into them today. You know, they've got some serious competition in the front row today in this season. So those 3 lads getting a start, getting some real minutes into the legs. There'll be a massive opportunity for them to show up. Big shove on from Bahrain. Jacko, just before the game, I managed to sneak a little bit of the ref's chat, and he said, "You've really got to earn those scrum penalties against Doha. They are good even when they are going backwards." But that's untidy from Bahrain. As we were saying there, Jacko, he's not going to give easy penalties away at scrum time. Bahrain are really going to have to earn them. Drive 5, 7 metres back before he pings them. But that's a really strong start from Bahrain. Set piece is one area they'll definitely be looking to improve upon after the Exiles game. Obviously an absolute battle of wills. That game, absolute Herculean effort from the whole team. But definitely scrappy in parts, particularly the set piece. So something that the lads have worked really hard on the last couple of weeks. And Doha put into the scrum, and they are going backwards, backpedaling. It's untidy at the back, and there we go. Exactly what Bahrain wanted. The early scrum penalty. Absolute ascendancy early doors. And the question is here, it's on a bit of an angle. Josh Drain's been really good off the tee, but looks like he's lining up the kick into the corner. And he does so ineffectively, misses touch. Very unusual error. Really tried to put it straight into that corner, but just sliced it. Just put a bit too much on it. There we go, a bit of a scrappy start. Just waiting for a ball again. Bit of a cagey, strange start. Bahrain getting the journey out of their legs, of course. Just a short 40-minute flight here to Doha. And about 20-minute bus journey. But the lads have had plenty of time to get out of their legs. No excuses for the early areas. And Heg just watches that bounce into touch. I think he might have lost that. I would say he lost it in the sun, but the sun's behind him, so I think he was just a bit unsure about where that was landing. Bahrain with their first line out then. See how this set piece goes. Away through Lashozi, the second row. Big South African second row wearing the 5 shirt today. He'll be calling those line outs. Looking to tidy up that area massively. Oh, and that's off the top. Straight to Josh Drain's hands. Josh Petro out the back. Looking nice and tidy. Logan carries in field. Lovely stuff. They'll be looking for quick ball here. Nice. Lovely stuff. Very slick so far. That's an unnecessary offload by Lindsay Gibson. Just tried a bit too much. The alley-up over the top, but been intercepted red easily. And a chance for Doha to attack. Good line speed from Bahrain. But referee calls offside. A little bit of over-eagerness, making up for that error from Lindsay. As we said, so first chance for points. Go to Doha. There we go, Doha. First chance of points. Looks like it's just been caught up in the wind a little bit. Big gust of wind there, as we said, across the pitch. Fairly strong gust. And that's wide left. Bit of a let off for Bahrain, I'd say. Usually that Doha 10 slots for fun. Unfortunate. They won't be getting too many opportunities, Bahrain would hope, for points, so they really have to make the most of that in the red zone when they get their opportunities to go away with points. Josh Drain takes us away, nice and deep, just onto the Doha 10-metre line. Looking for the up and under, kick to compete. Looks like a well-weighted kick, could be out on the full. Just a little bit too much on it. Looks like he hung that perfectly in the air, but he just a bit too much length. There we go. Mackenzie Oliver with the throw in then. Easy to Henk. And there we go. Drain to the captain, Di Evans, to Jack Phillips. Lovely. Holds onto it, lovely. Good ground off first phase ball. But again, just a little bit erratic from Josh Petro. Just put a bit too much fizz on that pass. Here we are. Got a lovely angle on this. Doha's first throw in. Didn't look quite straight, but the referee has not called it. Doha looking to exit here early, I'm sure. They won't look to play too much in their own half. They know Bahrain have got jackal threats all over the park, and we are dangerous on the counter. Again, a bit of a seatbelt tackle by Lashozo. That could be called by the touch judge, but he hasn't communicated that. He has. I think the refs are mic'd up, so that touch judge has called that. Just a little bit of a seatbelt tackle from Lashozi. My apologies if I am butchering that to my South African friends out there. There is a lot of names on this team sheet that I am not totally familiar with, but I do my best as an Englishman. Lovely bit of clearance into the Bahrain half. That sun beating down on the players. And we are about 6 minutes into this half. Apologies, there was a little short update on our scoreboard there. About 6 minutes into the game. Lovely nudge by Josh, just outside the 22. There we go. Bahrain get some nice field position now. 1 from 1 so far, or 2 from 2, my apologies. I said Mackenzie Oliver getting lots of minutes today. He'll be really looking to take this opportunity. Put his name in the hat for that starting shirt every week. Obviously, Lindsay Gibson has really had that cemented that position for many years, so it takes some doing to displace Lindsay Gibson, but Mac has got that definitely in him. Again, very messy stuff from Bahrain. Here we go, very big scrum, perfect position of the pitch. The backs have got plenty of open side to play with here. Looks like the scrum's just turned slightly, but beautiful, absolutely incredible distribution by Romeo. Nice and clean outside. Greg Heath looking to stay in, and he does really well to do so. Stays in beautifully. Romeo's there quick, dishes it out to Lindsay Gibson. Yes, and that's hard to tell where the try line is, but that is over. The try line is a blue line today. But a lovely, well-worked try from Bahrain. Exactly what they want. Our first phase set piece, making lovely ground down this near side. Greg Heath doing fantastically well to stay on the island. And Lindsay Gibson, as I said, been a figurehead of this team for many years now, and that's just one of the reasons why he's got the ability to create stuff like that. Yeah, from cameraman, he says he made up for his previous mistake on the halfway line, giving away the ball. That's from Jason Vine. But there you go. No mistake from Josh Drain, as you'd expect from the young man. That takes the score to 7-0. 7-0 Bahrain. The Doha 10 looking to correct his earlier mistake. Hasn't kicked tremendously well, but that is a beauty of a peach. Henk goes up. Bahrain take it cleanly, but that's a really well weighted. No, he knocked it on. Just hung that kick up, felt like days, came down with snow on it. Another chance for Doha to get their attack functioning. Bahrain had real dominance here in the first couple of scrums, so they'll be looking to take one against the head, especially in such a dangerous position for Doha. And that's a really nice drive. Messi at the back. The 8 does really well to clean that up. Offloads to the 9, but just a bit of a rushed offload to the 9. He had no chance of taking that cleanly without getting smoked. Die to Henk, to Josh Petro. G Health, Greg Heath with another carry. He's seeing plenty of the ball today. He'll be very chuffed with that. Perfect weather for the lads. Josh Drain, no messing around, early exit. He would have liked to find a bit of grass there, but that's fine. I'm sure Doha will put this up to compete. He does not. He gets chopped. Bahrain not countering. Looking like discipline is going to be key for them today, so don't blame them. There's no need to counter that on the halfway. Give Doha easy exits, easy territory. Doha not looking to play much rugby, just pick and goes on the halfway line. Interesting. Looking to grind down the Bahrain defence. A little cheeky over the top. Henk gets a big South African paw to it. Just keeps it out of the way of the Doha attack. And that flag we have asked to be moved is still there, unfortunately, so we apologise for that. We can't do a great deal about that currently. Bahrain with a put into the scrum. Again, total ascendancy, but Doha keep the scrum together. No penalty given. Jacko, the referee, sticking to his word. He will not give away easy penalties just because one scrum is dominant. Looks like that will be a theme of the league this year. You've really got to earn your scrum penalties. There'll be a big area for... Oh, lovely nudge through from Josh Drain. The Doha winger just struggling to collect. Bahrain go quickly. Looks legal. It is not legal. Referee calls it back. Quick thinking from Josh. Josh Petro. Another South African contingent. I believe his first start for the first team this season. Started last week, I'm told. Sorry, my analysis man was off work sick this week. Lovely ball, Mackenzie to Henk. Set up for the rolling maul. So yeah, as the South Africans say, they'll be putting the poison into the Doha legs early, tiring them out. Mackenzie with another break. Looking to add to that brace of tries from earlier in the season against the same team. Henk with a big carry. Doha with the turnover. Looks like it could be a yellow card for a Bahrain player. For the Doha side, sorry. Not quite sure, I didn't quite catch what the infringement was. Not rolling away, I'm told. Can't be doing that, sir, not on the line. I'd like to draw your attention to the scoreboard on the top left of your screen. We now have a piece of small cheese under the Doha team. This indicates that Doha currently have a player off the pitch with a yellow card. It's the small things that bring good broadcasting. So, Romeo with the put in again. Absolutely incredible shift. Really good results from all the set pieces so far for Bahrain. They'll be very happy. And they're really squeezing this Doha pack. And they do get the penalty advantage. We got a free ball to play with. Romeo goes. Jack Phillips takes a bit. It does really well to take that and offloads. What incredible work from... Oh, that is just sublime try. Josh Drain. Just an incredible offload to his mate, Charlie Farmer. Might I say a potential try of the season contender? Takes the score. 12-0. Very solid start from Bahrain. They'll be happy. Bahrain with the kick to come. Josh Drain doesn't miss many of these. And that's over. What can we take from this first half then? Set piece is everything. But some really nice clean play. A little bit erratic at the start from Bahrain. Doha really slowing it down, not looking to play too much rugby, particularly in their own half. Looking to kick to compete a lot. But Bahrain dealing with everything and more. 12 points early on in the game. I'd say we're approximately halfway through this first half. Unfortunate. Lindsay Gibson doesn't take that one cleanly. As I say, we're doing well at kick-off time. And he stumbles backwards. Great physicality. That's a lovely hit. Now, what will Doha? Now they've got a bit of territory. What will they do? They look a little bit flat-footed there. Bahrain get off the line really well with their blitz defence. Sure. And the knock-on comes from Bahrain. Doesn't look like they're able to put much pace on their ball. They really need put some venom in their carries. It's very easier said than done. We've obviously got a strong physical pack, the Bahrain side. Very hard running into brick walls. We've got some big lumps out there. But again, Bahrain happy to give away scrums all day. Tire that Doha pack out. Just absolute moral victory. Every scrum penalty, every 5 or 10 metres you're driving backwards, but they do well. The 8 does a little bit better that time, to the 9, to 10, and absolutely eaten up by Jack Phillips. And he drives through the ruck, messing things up, and collects the ball. What an incredible play, but nah, the penalty is given. That's unfortunate from Jack Phillips. That is glorious work from him. He loves a hit. And the hits continue. And another one from Henk. Playing 6 today. Goodness gracious me. The poor boy has just been eaten by a 125 kilo South African piece of biltong. You can tell the boy was grass fed. Goodness. Some venom in that one. But chance at 3 then. The Doha team breathe a sigh of relief. Thank goodness it's not another scrum. It's going to be a tough day at the office if they don't sort those small details out at set piece time. Into the sun. The Doha tent looking to make amends for that miss earlier in the game. Looks like he's pulled it to the left again. Loves that left post today. But that is well wide. He'll be really disappointed with that. He won't be happy with himself. But definitely not regular for this kicker. We've played against him several times. He's usually an absolute diamond of a kicker. But just having one of those days so far. I'm sure he'll be able to correct. Jack Phillips goes quick, takes the cheeky 22 to the captain, Di Evans. Greg Heath down this wing. Massive flag in the way, but we still go. Lovely play. That is absolutely gorgeous offload in the midfield. Romeo distributes, looking to snipe, and he does. Breaks through, half break. Can he get his arms free? Does well to hold on to that. Can we clear a quit in time? But it looks like it's turned over. Yeah, so our defenders turned that over beautifully. And he's come away with it cleanly as well. That's great work. No complaints there from the commentary booth. Just Romeo got himself a little bit isolated there, but what a break from the young 9. Little nudge through to Greg Heath, cool as you like. Will back his feet here. Little try for a one-on-one. Carries nicely, offloads out the back door to Romeo once again. Called backwards by the referee. Away through with an absolute monstrous carry as well. The boys are feeling themselves, to say the least. Mackenzie Oliver shooing the Doha defender off. Big Gibson, beautiful feet to carry just outside that first defender. And the lads are really putting some really nice phases together. Incredible phase play. Logan cuts inside, probably not exactly what they wanted to do. I'm sure they'll be looking to get to an edge here. Josh Drain with the nudge through, catches a Doha defender's arm. Could be a Bahrain line out. Looks like it was just clipped there by a Doha hand. But what a phase of play for Bahrain. Probably the cleanest I've seen from the team so far this year. Really nice. The boys are panting a little bit. Like I said, it's a little bit toasty out here, but nothing that they've not played in before. The air is dry at least, so the ball should stay drier than usual, allowing for this beautiful jouet rugby that we're seeing today. I'm sure you can hear the hustle and bustle behind us as the juniors have finished their tournament. The mums and dads are starting to get their pints in at the bar, but they are all hanging around to watch the game, so which is great to see. It's a great club atmosphere here today. The sun just moments away from setting now, so the lads will have a bit of relief from the blaring sun. And another put into the scrum for Doha. Not been a happy place for them so far. Not somewhere they want to hang around for too long. They'll be screaming to get it in and out quickly as possible. Don't give Bahrain time to build that squeeze. Certainly got the size advantage, the Bahrain side. And at the moment, total dominance in this area. So important at every level of the game. And again, Dylan, Nick Young, Mackenzie Oliver, worth their weight in gold today. Incredible scrum. Turn one over against the head. Put that on the stat sheet. Another great carry by Waythu, holds on to it fantastically. And Hank, big hit from the Doha. Scrag tackling, and looks like they have jackled again. Bahrain need to start taking these contacts a little bit more on their terms. They are getting a little bit isolated, giving Doha defenders the chance to just to jackal and steal that ball. Calls from, you can see the frustration in Lindsay Gibson there. Henk making a great carry, but it's all about keeping hold of that ball. You're not trying to score off every phase. Take the contact on your terms and recycle for the next phase. Try and generate quick ball as much as possible, but retaining the ball is the most important thing. Here we go, Tian Jacobs, first start for the first team. Again, lovely seal by a way through there. It looked a little bit isolated. Logan straight into touch. Just a little bit of miscommunication from the back line there. Bahrain take another one. Do really well. The knock-on is called from Doha. Another scrum. They will be begging for mercy at this point. I'm sure. I know I would be. But they've shown great character anyway. In defence, they're not giving anything. They've shown they can steal the ball from anywhere. They're defending with their hearts. That's for certain. Romeo with the put in then. Big shove. I'm sure you can hear Henk here calling that. 8 men pushing in unison. It's a beautiful thing. Nice carry up the midfield. Beautiful hands. Slick rugby from Bahrain, but another unnecessary offload. Looked like Lindsay was just falling into touch, so looking to get that ball away. Was a bit of a Hail Mary by the looks of it. Hard to see from this angle, but slick hands, just again, a little bit of execution at the end. They are breaking down the Doha defence. There's no rush. Again, no need to score off every phase. Build that pressure, and the cracks will start to show in the Doha defence. Looks like a penalty to Doha. My apologies, I was just checking some of your comments on the stream. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. Henk's family over in South Africa. Looks like he might be his father tuning in. Alan Blake, General Secretary of the club. Andrew Walsh, another committee member. Cobus Grierson, cricket player extraordinaire. Sometimes a golden oldie. Certainly a former senior rugby player at the club. What a community we have. Here we go. Another scrum then. So this scrum count currently might rival, for those who tuned in for the Exiles game, the scrum count in that game was through the roof as well. But a few more excuses in that game. Obviously, it's a little bit wetter. Certainly, the conditions don't reflect the heat. The humidity was quite high in that game, and obviously, once the boys start sweating, that ball will be dripping. So, but a nice dry day today. So, Bahrain will look to tidy that up. But there, like I said, we're happy to scrum all day. Doha will not be happy to scrum, and I'm sure they'll be doing anything in their power to stop that set piece being such a big part of the game. Damn. It's like a forward pass called by Jacko. Jacko refereeing our games today again. Great referee, UAE Rugby and beyond. Starting to referee on the world stage now as well, so certainly a qualified man to have in the middle. It's great to see. Just a reminder for all you rugby club members tuning in as well that live in Bahrain, obviously. AGM this Tuesday, 6 p.m, annual general meeting. Some really important things being decided. Obviously, the executive committee will be elected during that meeting on Tuesday, so make sure you get yourself down there if you are eligible as an active member of the club. There is a list at reception if you're not sure if you're an eligible member to attend the AGM and vote in this election, so check out our reception. And if you are there, please make sure you are there and have your say in the future of the club. Very important to have you there. And that's 6 p.m. this Tuesday in the sports hall. Back to the rugby. Doha making some inroads, but Romeo rips the ball. Like I said, punches above his weight so much, but called the knock on and looks like a bit of a rough and tumble. No, I think just Nick Young collapsed from exhaustion. Looked like there might have been handbags there, but false alarm. Yogi the bear with that big hair of his. The new Nick Young Light, or Nick Young Slim, or Nick Young Air, whatever you want to call it. He's lost a lot of weight over the pre-season period. He's put on a lot of graft, and he's really earned this start today. The lad's earning a nice water break as well. Matthew McKee, warming the bench today, but he's been fantastic this season so far. Like I said, those what felt like dozens and dozens of scrums in that Exiles game just a couple of weeks ago, all on the shoulders of that man, Matthew McKee. They handled them very well. Looks like a small injury to the Doha team here, so we'll stop the clock. So not long remaining in this half now. Probably looking at about 5 minutes. Our clock's roughly accurate. We try and keep it as accurate as possible, but it's not connected to the referee's clock, so he's in charge. We'll pause the match clock. Looks like the young man's getting some care. Here we go, the lads catching their breath. Lindsay Gibson, bit of tape on just above that knee. Not quite sure what the injury is. That might be just for aesthetics. Dylan, Josh Drain, Di Evans captaining the side today in the middle there. Big horse, big man, big carrier. Bloody good centre if you ask me. Tian Jacobs looks like he's just done nice little round of golf. Looking very relaxed on there. It's like a duck in water. Romeo XD in there on the left side of your screen. What an addition he's been, along with his halfback partner Josh Drain. Just two incredible additions to the squad this year. Both on and off the pitch. Great blokes, great players. And every team needs a really good 9-10 partnership to function at their best, and we're certainly not the full article there yet, but those two have built a really good foundation. There we go, put into the scrum then, and we're away. Bahrain going forward again, marching the ball, and they turn it over. Lindsay Gibson carrying the ball from the 8 position. Not used to being there, but does really well. Tidies that ball up. Here we go, a bit of space out wide. Greg Heath again gets onto that gain line. Quick ball, activated, 2 away through. Lovely carry, taking the contact on their terms, getting quick ball, and this allows them to really play out the back. Get to an edge. This is Josh Petcher up the wing as well, breaking that gain line. Gets the offload to Lindsay Gibson, out the back door to Di Evans. There's that handoff. The big horse, and he's still going, and another out the back door to Charlie Farmer. Executes the 2-on-1 to Romeo, and that is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of rugby. My goodness. They'll be chuffed with that. We'll save that replay. I'm sure that'll be played over and over by a few of these lads on the bus home. Oh, look at me, look how good I am at rugby. But that was outstanding. I think that touched about 8 pairs of hands there. Lovely to see. Taking us to 19 points to nil then, as we approach the half time. With the kick to come. Once again, as you'd expect from there, Josh Drain, no mistake. Saunters back to the halfway with that questionable haircut of his. But no question about that boot, is there? And there's Adam Wallace, Director of Rugby, and whatever other titles he has. Lovely take. Jack claims that. No messing around. Just a few minutes remaining. 21 points to nil. They'll be happy with that. But they have definitely left points out there. There's a few attacks that have come to nothing because of good Doha defence. In all fairness to them, and that is, see you later. He's flattened the Doha defender. He's gotten up. He's gotten up begrudgingly. He's not happy with that, but that's the power of young Henk. Looks like he's got a bit of a poorly shoulder, or he's catching his breath there, but that is a power move by the young man. Just 22 years of age. Joins us from South Africa. And the lights are on. Floodlights are on. The sun is setting just behind us. Behind this lovely golf course just behind us. So, and now, what a beautiful sight. Hey, rugby's not always about the rugby, it's about the friends you make along the way. We get a bit of confusion here, certainly in the commentary booth. Looks like there's a slight injury to Mackenzie. Could be winded, doesn't look too serious. Mackenzie Oliver is up on his feet, not to worry there. Really good first half set piece-wise. A few things to tidy up in attack, but some really good phases. Here we go then, Mackenzie Oliver looking to keep it straight. Straight and true to the back. Lovely take. There we go. As he regained at the back, looks like a Doha defender's managed to split through the middle. But the penalty is given. Playing with a free ball here. If Romeo can squeeze it out, why not have a free go at it? Di Evans with the big carry. Who's clearing there? Mackenzie's there to clear. Quick ball by Romeo. That's lovely and over the top. Oh, just needed a little bit more on that pass from Josh. Greg Heath. It's not as quick as he used to be. What? Who said that? He would have got that a couple of years ago, I feel, but, you know, too much gym. He's too buff now. But unfortunately, it was a free ball. What will Bahrain look to do here? Will they look to... let's find out where the mark is first. I don't think we'd be upset with them for taking the scrum option here. Scrum or line out, both good options. They've built a good lead here. Why not really turn the screw into Doha? Perhaps it's tap and go play. Nope. Jacko brings them back to the mark. The scrum is selected. Could have just been a free kick. I didn't quite catch what the actual call was on field. There we go. Needless to say, Bahrain will be scrumming their heart out here. And Doha holding on for dear life if the last few scrums are anything to go by. But not writing them off just yet. They're a team with a lot of good players and a lot of big heart. Good squeeze on. Lindsay Gibson controlling that beautifully at the back. He's played a lot of football in his day. Oh, lovely. Lovely little first phase ball. Not sure if Josh would be looking to carry there, but he is carried well. And another penalty for Bahrain. Doco, thank you for tuning in. I will leave Nick alone. It was all compliments. Nick's been absolute hero of the game, Nick Young. Doha, another Doha yellow. We didn't remove the previous one, so we will remain that one. The cheese will remain. Again, Doha not doing themselves any favours, playing with 14 men, but sometimes that happens when you're under the cosh. Penalties are a natural. And just looks short. Bit of confusion about the try line. We are playing with blue lines at the try line today, and Henk makes no mistake there. Easier than it should have been. Not much Doha defence there. Looks like they do look a little bit disjointed at the moment. Another try for Bahrain then. 26-0. And surely that's the half, I'd say. Bahrain would be happy to have another go if it's not. Here we go, lovely angle from here. Josh Drain, the wind is kicking to the right here. He'll be aiming to the left post, that's for certain. Oh, and it does push it just to the right. Didn't quite give it enough angle, but that is half time. Half time, the score remains 26 points to 0 then. Great half of rugby for Bahrain. Doha, a little bit disjointed. Haven't really got into the flow of the game. They definitely have been on the back foot for much of it. But certainly some really good points in defence, some nice turnovers. If Bahrain runners do get isolated, they do look dangerous and potentially open to a counter-attack. So really good half of rugby. And we'll be right back in just a few minutes. Thank you for tuning in. Go grab a beer, go grab a cup of tea, whatever your beverage of choice is, as these lads slurp down some water. Josh Drain there having a nice sip. Adam Wallace with his moustache. Leader of men. Charlie Farmer looking confused. Just happy to be here. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll be right back. And we are back, my apologies. And we didn't forget. I may have forgotten to unmute the mic, but we're here. Still Doha with the yellow card. Last few minutes of that. Bahrain with the turnover. Penalties, penalties, penalties. Josh Strain, will he look to kick to the corner? Don't think there's much use of kicking the points anymore. Just put the foot on the neck and milk every last point out of this. It's a really good chance to practice some set plays, set pieces. Obviously the game's not over yet, but with this much of a buffer, it's nice to try things. I'm sure the bench will start to empty relatively soon. And that is not the bench. My apologies. Here we go, Mackenzie. No mistake so far from the set piece, throwing in beautifully. Collects the ball at the back as well. Seems to have been disconnected. Jacko says it's fair game. Bahrain still with the ball. Looking to take that blind. Romeo takes it on himself and does score in that corner. Nope. And the try is given. Looks like Fikra Win has come on for the young Henk in the second row. Fikra's last game, I'm told, for the first team for the senior rugby at the Bahrain Rugby Club, so a very special occasion for him. Josh Strain then. Another chance, slightly harder kick for Josh Strain. Oh, he nudges it from the touchline, makes up for his previous miss. Incredible. That makes it a 7-point try then. 33 points, 2-0. Can't quite tell if Doha have their whole team on now. But I'm going to assume that yellow card, that sin bin, has finished now. Just 2 minutes into this half then, and another try for Bahrain. Very good result. Jack Phillips with the take, spreads it wide to Josh Strain, pulling the strings. Both of those really good standout performers today. And Greg Heath been super busy on the wing, getting plenty of ball, plenty of space to run into as well. Lindsay Gibson out the back, Fikra Win. Lovely hands here again. Champagne rugby once again for Bahrain. The flag blocks a big part of play from Di Evans, but he carries well. Romeo to distribute. Here is Lindsay Gibson, just pulling the strings himself as well. Some really nice soft hands. Some small errors from Lindsay, but we'll forgive him. He's a good player. Away through, big carry up the middle. Some really good phases here, Bahrain. This bodes really nicely, but very little pressure from the Doha defence, but takes that well. Fullback does really well there, calls the mark. Reads that beautifully. Dana Moretti has obviously come off the bench as well. We'll see him in just a moment. I'm sure we'll see plenty of him in the second half. Looks like he's filling in at fullback. The kick to Jack Phillips down this touchline into Josh Strain. Looks like a carbon copy of what just happened. Josh Strain with a bit of a drink. Gets cut up in the midfield. Bit of confusion now. Lovely ball from Romeo. Fizz that one to Mackenzie. Gets his arms free to Tian Jacobs. Big carry from him up the middle. That's beautiful. Slick play from Mackenzie though. Here he is on the ball again. That's very high from the Doha defender. Surely a penalty. I don't see an arm out, but that he had his arms wrapped around his neck. That's a unusual miss from Jacko. He doesn't usually miss those things. And Josh straight through the middle of the D. Under the post to dot down with the kick to come. Wow. What a period of play from Bahrain. That is some really nice rugby. But not much from the Doha defence. Not much pressure. They're not coming off the line, giving Bahrain all the time in the world to carry, get over the gain line, get quick ball, or get their arms free for an offload. So they'll be disappointed with that defence. But wow, beautifully taken try from Josh Drain. Outstanding play. And takes it to 38-0 with at least 30 minutes to play. Josh Drain with an easy little nudge over. Get the pitching wedge out. Knocks it over. Struts back to the halfway. 40 points to 0. Also, a big shout out to Lee Stones. Driving back to Bahrain from Qatar today. Obviously been involved with the club, with the coaching side of things for many years. But obviously drove over here for the junior tournament today. Driving back on his way, but he's still managing to tune into the stream and support the boys. So just big shout out to him for everything he does for the club, for the senior team, for the junior team. Great bloke. And a great ambassador for the club. And here we go. Bahrain are free down this touchline again as I'm talking rubbish. But there we go. And that is another beautiful try. Romeo dives in that corner. My goodness. I got distracted and some incredible champagne rugby was going on in the background. Incredible work. That's another 5-pointer from Bahrain then. Just absolutely unstoppable, fluid rugby. Everything seems to be going to hand today for the boys, particularly in the second half. Really good play. Another challenging kick, but the wind does seem to have died down a little bit now. Now the sun's gone down. Just a slight wind that will be assisting him into that corner. But Bahrain not taking their foot off the pedal this second half. They're out for blood. Oh, I'm posting, hitting Josh Drain. Ice in his veins, I say it every week, but the boy just never ceases to amaze me. Not a super high pressure kick, but it's never an easy kick for a right footer, especially down that right touch line. The post has been his friend a couple of times now. Obviously, we all remember that heart stopper against Exiles, posting in to secure the victory. And but that's a lovely, beautiful kick from the young man. Lovely nudge from the Doha tent. Away through goes up, claims it. Not under too much pressure, but does really well. And there we go. Lindsay Gibson, Josh Drain out the back. Lovely floating ball over the top, but puts a bit too much on it. Still gets hands to Greg Heath. Big carry from Greg. Gets scragged down. Still on the gain line. Ball slowed down slightly. Lindsay will carry. And every carry, every collision, Bahrain are winning it at the moment. Their collision dominance must be absolutely through the roof. And but talk about champagne rugby. This is really slick, very nice rugby from Bahrain. They've really got the wind in their sails. Tian Jacobs, head down, carry hard, and he's took 3 defenders with him. And that's why he's made his way into the senior squad this year. Josh Drain, half break. Lovely offload to Lindsay Gibson, and it's gone to hand again. Di Evans gets smoked. The ball's gone forward by the looks of it there. Unfortunately, it's a great cover tackle from the Doha defender. Di does not make too many mistakes, but that's a hell of a hit coming on the cover tackle from the Doha defender. Didn't quite see which number it was, but all credit to him, whoever you may be. Just get you zoomed in on the action. Probably the first real game where the conditions have been good, especially now that whether the sun has gone down. It's below the hill, just behind the pitch. It's beautiful weather. And I can say that from a nice, comfortable balcony with a nice breeze down my neck. But even for rugby, for the boys on the pitch, I think this is favourable conditions. Not too hot, not too cold, not too windy. And the lads are making the most of it, putting on a show for us today. Doha do get a nice clean bit of ball off their line, off their scrum. Surely they'll look to exit early, then they do. Straight to the 10. Good pressure from away through on the 10. Gets a decent clearance, but this will give Dana plenty of time. What will the young man look to do off this? Dana into Greg Heath into the middle. The boys are just looking to play off everything today, holding nothing back. Another offload, but didn't need to give that. That was a little bit ambitious from Jack Phillips. He's not shy about an ambitious offload. Big hits from Dill. Now, Doha, I'm sure they'll just be looking to build some phases and get themselves into this game. Yeah, they really, really haven't had much opportunity to play any of their rugby so far. They've just been outmuscled in pretty much every area of the game. And that's a turnover. Beautiful. Just as I'm saying that, again, Bahrain just managed to turn them over. Obviously I'm a Bahrain man through and through, but trying to keep the commentary unbiased. I think we can all agree. I think even the Doha coach would admit Bahrain have had ascendancy in pretty much every area of the game so far. A couple of very successful jackal attempts from the Doha team. But other than that, Bahrain have looked dominant and dangerous in every phase of play. Just 10 minutes into this half. And another opportunity for Bahrain, either to kick a corner or take the scrum. Very unlikely they'll take the points now. Brian Shaw tuning in now as well, another executive committee member at the club. Thank you for the support. Are you near or are you far, Brian? Are you in Scotland or are you in sunny Bahrain? Thanks for tuning in. Either way. Makes no mistake with this one. Obviously, Josh just putting that one into out on the full, out on the dead ball line. That first penalty in the first half, but takes a conservative approach on this one. Just on the Doha 22. No need to waste a good possession with the amount of gain line the Bahrain team are seeing at the moment. Lovely clean take off the top. Bit of a back move, forwards move into a back move, die, thundering carry down the middle. Just in the middle of the post now. Will they get to an edge? Lovely. Slick hands has been the theme of the day, all day. Forwards and backs. But just some really nice rugby, lads. Very impressive stuff. And some really good patience being shown here as well. They're not just trying to score, just trying to keep it clean. Josh with a big carry. Bumps one off, makes some ground. Lindsay Gibson again pulling the strings, but carries himself this time. Really good patience. Bahrain just build the phases. They know the cracks will come. Be patient. Preparing themselves for some really big challenges coming up in the new year. Hurricanes being the first out here. Looks like Greg Heath is in the corner. There we go. Just Bahrain picking them apart. It takes a little bit infield just to make the kick a little bit easier, and there we go. Another fantastic try for Bahrain. Greg Heath on the under it once again. I think that's his second for the day. Taking it to 52-0. Really, really impressive stuff. How can you not love the rugby the boys are playing today? They've kept the ball in hand. They've built some really good phases. Some incredible individual skill as well. Some offloads. Some quick hands. Josh Drain been exemplary off the tee again. I'll try not to curse him with the commentator's curse, but he's been a real standout again, pulling the strings super well for the team. And here comes the bomb squad. We are refreshing the whole of the front row. I believe Martin Prinsloo, Matthew McKee and Gerhard. Gerhard. Yeah, I think you need to say it with a South African accent. Either way, a mountain of a man, Gerhard, comes on wearing the 18 shirt. Great to have him back in the mix. He's semi-retired, tried to retire, but we've got some very persuasive coaches that like to bring players out of retirement all the time. And once again, Lindsay Gibson, Adam Wallace, Jack Powery, Ross Preedy have worked their magic on another one and brought him out of retirement for, I want to say, the 4th or 5th time. But great to have him back. Great bloke and a great player. Has a lot of run-outs for the Golden Oldies, but representing the first team today, so the man still got it. I will now just call him Big G. I had a lot of complaints about how I've pronounced his name, so Big G will be his name. Martin with his first throw in of the game then. Another Golden Oldie convert. He's been a really good addition to the squad as well. Another South African, would you believe it? And that's a great carry from Mackenzie up the middle. Wow. A lot of leg drive and a lot of fight in that. Josh Drain on the loop. Out the back door from Jax Phillips. And the ball's still in play. That is champagne rugby, baby. I hope the flag didn't miss that. I was actually watching the pitch. The flag did miss it. I'm sorry, Jack Phillips. We did get the out the back door. Okay, very good. Again, apologies for this little flag. Not ideal circumstance for anyone. But one for the highlight reel. Shame that didn't lead to a try directly. But some really nice rugby. Jeremy W, thank you for the comment. Romeo is the best number 9 in the league, unstoppable. It's hard to disagree with that, and the sprinklers are on. Goodness gracious me, cooling down the boys. We said the conditions were lovely and dry, and now that is out the window. But good laugh. I'm not sure whether someone's playing a practical joke or this is Doha trying to assert their dominance back on the Bahrain team. But the lads are getting absolutely blasted. Just like playing back in England. Very interesting. The groundskeepers clocked off early and left the sprinklers on, I think. Scrum down. Bahrain ball then. Oh no, Doha ball, my apologies for the mix-up. I have no idea. I'm being blocked by torrential rain. Greg Heath could be in the corner for the hat-trick. And he is. Makes no mistake there. I think I may have missed Josh's last kick. I was probably talking rubbish again, but I believe he got that last kick. Please correct me in the comments if that's not true, and I'll remove the points. But another try for Greg Heath in the corner. I've added those 5 points as well. Josh Drain with another challenging kick. It's basically just kicking practice at this point for the young man. No tee coming on. Is he waiting for the tee? Josh Petcher going to have to sprint this on. I think he is under a bit of a time restraint. Terrible throw from Josh. I hope we caught that on camera. Throws like a woman. No, I won't say that. Throws like a lovely young gentleman. Josh Drain looking to slot from the touchline. Oh, just a little bit short. I think the wind caught it there, just on the last minute. Or it could have been the water jets that sprayed it backwards. He's getting power washed. No try then. Bahrain yet to concede a point. They'll be very happy with that. It's a tradition for all Bahrain teams for the captain to buy donuts on the Monday training session if they do keep a clean sheet. So Di Evans will be getting his coin purse out, I'm sure, Monday evening if the score remains the same, but plenty of time left. Knock on from Bahrain. Matthew McKee in your frame. Talking of frames, he's got a hell of a frame on him, the Irishman. Or would he call himself a Bahraini at this point? We're not quite sure. But he's been with the team for many years now. I think this is his 11th year of service for the senior team. Got his 10-year testimonial in the end of season ball in May. His 10-year award. Thank you for his service. He's been an absolute stalwart of the squad for over a decade. And there we go. Doha do get clean ball off their scrum, but they knock it on as soon as they get chance to build some phases. Joel Kijol wearing the 22 shirt nudges through, but come back for the scrum. And would you believe it, the big man himself, the director of rugby, Adam Wallace, comes on. Looks to be going into the backs. We're not quite sure what he plays at the moment, but he's played back row. He's played centre in his day. He's played a bit of 10. The man can do it all. Not to much effect, but he can do it all. Here we go, though. Back to his regular position. An absolute powerhouse at 12 through the years. Let's see what the man's got in his legs. Big carry, no doubt. Lovely pumping legs. Gets good ball there. Quick ball. Lovely first carry. Gets himself into the game early. Love to see it. There we go. Romeo distributes as he so often does. So clean. Such a lovely fizz on his pass. Greg Heath gives and goes. Jack Phillips on the run. Oh! And they find Romeo, who goes under the post. Wowee. Words can't express. The lads are just cutting rug at the moment. I'm told we may have had some interference from the flag again. Not the flag from any referee, just the massive blue flag that gets in the way of the pitch. But incredible rugby. Hopefully we'll review that. That might be in try of the season contention again. Greg Heath playing a massive part in that again, and Romeo are on the end of it. Could be a second or third try. Hard to say at this point. I'm losing count. We're dizzy with tries around here. Josh Drain's right foot might be a little bit bruised tomorrow. All these kicks. There you go. Absolutely punts that one over. Taking it to 66-0. Doha will be absolutely fuming with this result, but what a performance from Bahrain. And they are not taking the foot off the pedal. So much competition for spots for that starting lineup, for even just getting into the squad, obviously with the second team this year as well. So much competition within the squad. So lads are looking to put in individual performances as well as the team performance. So You know, lads coming off the bench will be chomping at the bit to get involved and get their name on the score sheet and get their name heavily involved in this game. Competition always so good for a squad, whatever the sport or whatever the team. But outstanding. I tell you what, Di Evans, the captain, and the coaches are going to have a really tough time picking a man of the match performance today, but let us know in the comments who you think has earned that right, who you think the man of the match performance could be. Looks like it could have been another yellow card for Doha, but it's their penalty somehow, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. Yeah. Anyway, Doha down to 14 men again. Not helping their cause. Some serious noise coming in behind us. I believe it's some more junior sport going on. So apologies for that if you're picking up on the mic. Overthrown by Doha. Straight to Martin, who dishes out to Josh Drain. Beautiful kick. Finds a lot of grass. Just doesn't get the bounce he wanted there. And knocked on from the Doha winger. Joel Kijol burning outside. Now they're in the wet. Just making it very dramatic, this rain. Feel like we're in a Hollywood movie. Man of the match, Jace Vine from Paddy Gilmer. Jace Vine, unfortunately, is not eligible for man of the match. Cameraman of the match, I think he's got it in the bag. There we go, Greg Heath. He's got his tail up. You could just tell by the way he runs, hunched over. You can tell he's feeding himself when he's running like that. Jeremy with another indication that Romeo deserves man of the match once again. Obviously, he was man of the match in our last first team fixture against the Exiles. That absolute war for any of you who tuned in. But yeah, pound for pound, what an animal Romeo's been. Attack and defence, throws himself around. Not the biggest bloke, but heart of a lion, and he's deadly in attack as well, so doing really well. So yeah, very good shout for man of the match. Certainly a candidate. I'm sure his name will be thrown around. But you can't win them all, surely. Surely there's got to be someone. Someone to put their name in the hat. We'll see. Make sure you follow us on social media, Bahrain RFC, on all social media platforms to find out who is elected man of the match. Obviously voted on by the captain and the coaches at the end of the game. Let us know if you feel that we should do a supporters player of the match on social media. Maybe that's something we can bring in later down the line. We'd love your input and to see who the supporters player of the match is. Bahrain with a big drive on again. This front row is doing a good job as well. Obviously coming off the bench. Jack Phillips with a little nudge over the top. They're putting pressure on this winger here. He's had a few sketchy moments. Jack Phillips does really well. Just manhandles his man. And the ball's into touch. Who's it come off? We are not sure. Apparently there is no one else that can turn these sprinklers off. They will remain on for whatever reason that is. But as I said, adds to the drama. We're here for it. Getting jet blasted. Just a few of the lads. getting power washed. I'll tell you what, they probably need it. They've been sweating for a good 69 minutes now. 69, good number. Getting a free power wash from the touchline. Here we go, Martin with another throw in. No, my apologies. Another scrum. Here we go then. Entering the last sort of 10 minutes of this game. Have the lads got some more points in the locker? They're really putting a stamp down. A message out to the rest of the league. Bahrain are here to play this season. Oh, that's a lovely nudge. Like I said, their 10 can play. That's a lovely weighted nudge. On his try line as well. Just throwing caution to the wind. Will Bahrain stuff this attack from Doha? They've just been impenetrable all day. Just massive hits coming in the moments that Doha have attacked. There's been no let up in defence from Bahrain. They're determined not to concede points here, which is incredible attitude to see. Another big hit from Jack Phillips. Doha manages to get his arms free. Another nudge, tries another nudge through, catches a Bahrain defender, but just bounces into touch. Could be a Doha ball though. Shout from Wilhelm. The way through has been a beast today. He has been very good. He's been very good in the loose. The set piece has functioned well as well. Obviously, he's even calling the lineouts. Definitely another contender for man of the match performance, but hard to choose. Can we have more than one today? Tommy Boo, thank you for the shout out. Best commentator, best looking and mastermind behind the sprinklers. You're not wrong. It was all a ruse. Bring out the sprinklers, get a bit of drama going. Bahrain, here we go. Adam Wallace, ball in hand. Oh, good line from Dana, but gets met on the gain line. Driven backwards. Just getting a little bit of music in the background here. My apologies. Here we go then, Jack Phillips. Called back. Is that a knock on? Yes, it is. Didn't quite catch that from here. Yeah, Jack Phillips just trying a little offload. Why not at this point? It's time to experiment a little bit. But I'm actually surprised that Bahrain have really kept their structure. They've not just broken away from it. Obviously, they're making really good gain lines, some incredible dominant tackles, carries in attack. But they've been really disciplined. They've really put some good phases together in the second half, and it's paid dividends on the scoreboard still. Still a bit of time to play, so I'm sure they'll be eager to get to that 70, maybe even 80 point mark. A couple of more tries. They don't want to give up. Little break in play. I'm sure the clock is off. We'll we'll pause ours as well. Apologies for the background noise. Can't do much about that. We're having a party after the final whistle. Just enjoy the tunes. Move those hips. Enjoy your Friday night, wherever you may be. Friday, the universal weekend, whether you're in the Middle East, whether you're in South Africa, whether you're in the Europe, UK, Ireland, wherever you may be. Happy Friday to you all. Much love from the Bahrain squad and everyone at the rugby club. Penalty given. Jacko not happy with something there. Scrum time. Here we go, Doha looking to clear their lines, and they do so. Looks like he's connected well with that. Yeah, not a bad gain in territory. Not bad at all. All smiles from that director of rugby. Adam Morris got to be happy with his men today. Got to be happy with that performance. So, eking into this last 5 minutes of the game then. Doha with a rare line out. Bahrain have managed to nick a few today. Just the last few minutes. Bahrain desperately will try to keep that score to 0. Really send a message to the rest of the league. And Doha equally desperately trying to get on that scoreboard, salvage something from this performance. It's been a tough day at the office for them. They'll be looking to drown their sorrows today, I'm sure, in the bar just behind us. They go short at the line out, bit of a trick play. They do manage to recoup it, do they? Yes, they do. So probably one of their last chances to attack. Bit of a bounce pass. Bit of a clean break through the middle. Half break, pardon me. Here we go then. What have they got left in the tank? They've defended for their life today, but just been outclassed. Bahrain still getting off the line. Look at that work rate. Incredible from away through again. A man possessed. Just giving absolutely nothing. And a knock on. Just incredible intensity to see. 66 points up and the boys are still getting off the line. Putting real pressure on this Doha team. They've clearly set a goal here. Do not concede points. Get those donuts on Monday night training. And for any of you wondering why we buy donuts, because we're very clever and donuts are shaped like a 0. 0 points, many donuts. A little bit of trivia for you. Your next pub quiz. Donuts are shaped like 0s. Tommy Booth once again enjoying the player cam, he says. Absolutely, yeah. Obviously Adam Wallace getting a lot of attention from the cameraman, so Jason Vine, just in the next break of play, if we could just get a little bit of a player cam on a different player, please. Someone different. The cameraman has got a crush on Adam Wallace, I feel. There we go. Josh Drain getting some love. Mackenzie Oliver, the Young Bucks. Dion Purin obviously on the pitch now as well. Greg Heath, a sight for sore eyes. Catches the ball as we player cam him, and he makes a clean break. Look at this from Greg Heath. I would say another potential for another man of the match performance, but again, Jack Phillips as well. How can you overlook that, man? Jack Phillips has been awesome as well. Josh Drain, Romeo, away through powerhouse. Henk had a really good 45 minutes. But here he is, Jack Phillips, as we mentioned his name. Still looking to offload, and does so successfully somehow. Lovely feet from Joel Kidjol. Romeo XD gets the ball away, but bit of a whistle. And that's a red card. Red card for Doha. Just not been their night tonight. They really have been under the cosh. And played much of the game with 14 men. So if you just take your attention to the top left, you'll see a red mark next to the Doha team. That means they are now down to 14 men permanently. But that is the final whistle. The red card comes to nothing. And Bahrain finished the game 66 points to 0. They earn their donuts. They earn our respect. And what a performance. Some real outstanding performances all over the park today. How do you pick a man of the match? Almost impossible. But some real standout performers. As we said, Romeo always putting his name in the hat. Away through, been an absolute powerhouse, been a dog in attack and defence. Josh Drain, as ever, pulling the strings beautifully. Jack Phillips, again, absolute dynamo in the midfield, just making things happen. And what a successful game. Probably the best and most complete performance we've seen from our senior squads, both first team and second team, so far this season. Absolute dominance, absolute carnage, and just torn Doha apart today. But incredible. Now the game is finished, the sprinklers are off, you'll be happy to hear. The water is fed, the grass is fed water. I think we're done now, so thank you all for tuning in once again. Just a reminder for all our rugby club members, make sure you get down to the AGM on Tuesday at 6 p.m. If you are eligible to attend, of course, please check at reception if you are eligible to attend. And that will be for our executive committee election. The executive committee are obviously the people who run the club, sort of from behind the scenes, have a huge input in the direction and the future of the club. So your vote matters, as with every election. So please get yourself down if you are eligible. And another thing, get yourself to reception to purchase your Movember charity shirt. Just 10 dinar, all proceeds go to Movember Foundation. And men, keep growing your moustaches thick and long for the rest of November. Thank you for tuning in. I'll leave you now. And we'll be back. Our next stream will be January 10th, where both our first team and second team travel to the Sevens ground to take on Dubai Hurricanes. A double header, and what will be a fantastic double stream for us as well. So thank you very much, and take care of yourself. Have a great weekend.